Welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a slash command handler as well as enabling some of your pre-written commands to implement slash commands. Before we start with the coding part of the video, there's a few things that you need to do to enable the bots to create slash commands. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to invite your bot with application command scope and as well as the bot scope. So you can do that by simply clicking on your application, go to OAuth 2, and then when you scroll down, you should see all of these options. You just want to click on bot and as well as where's application commands right here. So just click on bot, application commands, and then you can just add administrator permissions if you want. So just copy this link and then you can just paste it in here and then you can just invite your bot like that. So the next thing I would like to show you is my command handler. So this is the current command handler that I've been using. This is the first time I'm using this command handler in a recording, so if you want to check this out, I'll link it down in the description. It's basically the same, but it's just a little bit cleaner. So let me just show you. Let me just go to handler and then index.js. Alright, you can see here it's a little bit more cleaner. So I'll tell you guys how to use. You can use the previous command handler with this video, but yeah, I'm just gonna use this new command handler. Alright, so this is the command handler over here, and this is my terminal. You can use the VS Code terminal if you want. I'm just gonna use an external terminal. So in terminal, you just want to run a single command, which is installing the required dependencies for this. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do npm I, and then you want to do discord.js dev. Alright, and then the other one is glob. So npm I discord.js at dev as well as glob. Once you're done with that, simply just go to index.js and then you want to find for client commands. Right under that, you're just going to create a new global variable. So client./commands. Okay, we can do client./commands is equals to a new collection. Next thing you want to do is you want to find for the handler folder, and then we're going to go into index.js, or if you're using the previous command handler, it's going to be command.js. Alright, so in here, you just want to go to the bottom line, okay, right above this curly bracket over here. Okay, you want to skip like 2 lines to make it more to make it look a little better. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to import glob from glob. Okay, so const glob equals require glob. Const promissify, okay, you're gonna do the same thing with promissify. So const promissify equals require util, and then lastly is const glob promise equals to promissify group. So all you need is this 3 code over here, and yeah, it should be good to go. So once you've done doing that, okay, we can just come under here and then we can do something like /commands. So we can know that the code below this is all /commands. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do const /commands equals to await glob promise. Alright, in here you're gonna use template literals. Okay, so process dot current working directory, which is cwd. So this is basically taking right here the first directory, and then if you have source folder, you're just gonna do /source/ and then /commands. Alright, but in my case, I don't have I don't have a source folder, so I can directly do /commands. Alright, so if you have source, just add one /source in front of here and you should be good to go. Alright, so /commands and then /any.js. So it's gonna take a folder in here, and then it's gonna be any file that ends with .js. Next, we're just gonna define a array of /commands, empty array. So array of /commands. Let me just space this out. Alright, array of /commands equals to an empty array. Okay, next we're gonna map out all of these /commands. So we can do that by doing /commands.map value. Okay, so for each of it we're gonna require, we can do that by doing const file equals require value. Alright, and then next we're gonna check if file question mark name, and then we can just do return. Okay, we're gonna ignore if it doesn't have a name. Next, we can just do client dot slash commands dot set file dot name comma file. Okay, so this client dot slash commands is basically from the index.js. As you can see here, client dot slash commands is the same thing. So make sure you have the same capitals, which is S is lowercase, C is uppercase. So make sure you do that as well in here. Alright, so once you've done that, we're going to push the slash commands to the array. So you can do that by doing array of slash commands, and then we can do dot push, and then we can do file. Alright, perfect. So next up, we're gonna add these slash commands into the bot itself, the application itself. So before we start, let me just do something like this. Client on, so you can make sure that the client is actually on. Right before that, never mind, we can just leave it. Okay, client on ready. Alright, so if you want to enable these slash commands for every single guild, we're gonna do this. So let me just follow me. Client dot applications dot commands dot set. Alright, so this is for if you want every single guild to have these slash commands, but it's the downside of it is it's gonna take time for it to create the slash command in every single guild. So just for testing purposes, we're just gonna change client applications. I'm just gonna make it so that it's just gonna take a single guild. So client dot guild dot catch dot get. Okay, just change application to guild dot catch dot get if you want to test the slash commands, which I highly recommend for now. And then in here, just gonna pass in your guild ID. So let me just grab my guild ID real quick. Okay, just go in here, copy ID. Perfect. So we can just put in the guild ID in here. Okay, in the set parameter, we're just gonna pass in the array of slash commands. Alright, so every single command is pushed into this array, and then we're gonna use this array, and we're gonna create all of the slash commands. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna create the interaction create event. So if you don't have an event handler, you should see a card pop up on the top right of the screen. Just click that if you want an event handler, or else you can just do it in index.js. So let me just name this file interaction create.js. So in here, client, we can just do dot on. Okay, interaction, comma, and in here we're just gonna pass in interaction. Alright, so this I'm just gonna make it asynchronous, so I'm just gonna use async in here. Alright, so the next thing is we're just gonna do if interaction dot is command. Alright, so we need to use is command because buttons and the other interactions also emit this event. So basically dot is commands basically guarantees that this is a slash command. So in here we're just going to do await interaction dot defer, and then we're just going to dot catch in case there's any errors. We're just gonna make it void so that our console is clean. Most probably it wouldn't throw any errors, but yeah, you can just do that. Okay, so this basically means that so normally if you want to reply to a interaction, the maximum I think is like 5 milliseconds. 15 milliseconds, I'm not sure, but we can just do interaction.defer so that we can have 15 minutes to respond to the message. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is const command equals to client dot slash commands dot get, and then we can pass in interaction dot command name. Perfect. And the next, if there is no command, we're just going to do return. We can just do return, yeah. Actually, we can do interaction dot follow up. Okay, and then content will be an error has occurred. Okay, so that, yeah, an error has occurred. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna define args. So const args equals to an empty array, and then we can just do interaction dot options dot array and then bracket and then dot map, and then here x. Okay, we can do args dot push x dot value. Okay, I'll explain why we're gonna do this, why we mapping it later. So okay, once that's done, we can finally do command dot run, and then we can do client interaction and then args. Alright, so yeah, that should be the the slash command handler. So lastly, we're gonna test the slash command handler by creating a new folder. So we can just name this slash commands. Alright. Okay, so make sure this matches the name that is specified over here. So let me show you. Slash commands over here, it must match the folder name over here, or else it's not gonna register. Alright, so in here we can create a folder called info, and then we can create a command called ping.js. So make sure the commands are in a folder, in a subfolder, so that it will get registered. If you put it in here, it's not going to register. Alright, so here's the fun part. Okay, we're going to require command interaction from Discord.js first. I'll tell you why later. Command interaction. So this is basically a slash command. Require Discord.js. Alright, so module, exports, name, test, description. This is a testing command, and then in here lastly we're gonna do run async client message args, and then we can pass in a object like that. Alright, so let me show you why I require the command interaction. This shouldn't be message, this should be interaction. Okay, so let me just change message to interaction. Alright, and then lastly in here we're just going to do string array of strings. Alright, perfect. And then let me just require client so it works. Let's just try this out. So we can just do interaction to edit reply, and we can just do content, and then we can say hello world. So this is basically we're not going to do interaction or reply because we already deferred the interaction over in here. So we can only edit reply, or we can use the follow up method. Okay, I'll explain more about this on the next upcoming video. So let's just test this out. Alright, so now we're in Discord. So yeah, let's just test this out. Really simple. We're just gonna see, as you can see here, it's practically instant. So we're gonna run this command. As you can see, sending command. You should see a tutorial is thinking that it's deferring the message, and then lastly, this is the edited reply. So yeah, you can create several slash commands. You can use subfolders for this. So yeah, that should be it for today's video on the slash commands. I'm gonna make a follow-up series of this, explaining more about slash commands using arguments, mentioning members, etc, etc. If you want to watch more Discord.js tutorials, you see a playlist that you click on. So just click on that. There's like a lot of tutorials on that. Have a nice day. See you in the next video. Bye.